Hey, BassGeek here, and today I'm going to tell you why it's important to have more than one color lens with your sunglasses. I know, you guys are going to tell me how expensive sunglasses are. But I'm going to tell you that you don't have to buy the most expensive sunglasses. Guys, I've owned Oakleys, I've owned Costas, I've owned S11s by Strike King. Man, you name it, I have bought polarized glasses off of gas station walls and used them, or gas station stands and used them. Guys, I wore a pair of Costas just last year. And I'll just be honest with you. You know, you guys seen the video I did a couple of years ago with Viking. You know, a budget pair of sunglasses. If you go back, way back in the day, you'll see me unbox and talk about the S11s. And from Strike King. Guys, I've owned a myriad. I mean, you name it, if it's out there, I have owned it, tried it. Now, I have a buddy, Chris Fleming Fishing. You can go check him out on Facebook. You've seen him fish with me 2 or 3 times. We put together about an 18-pound bag of smallmouth a couple years ago, fishing a smallmouth spawn. We had a heck of a day out throwing swim baits out in deep water, ledge fishing. Didn't catch any real size, but man, we caught some really good numbers. You know, me and him's fished together a lot. We're really good friends. And he's on the pro staff with SolarBat. Well, he hooked me up about 2 years ago with a pair of sunglasses. These were a Mossback to high-vis yellow gradient. So they kind of transition from one color to the other. And man, I was crazy impressed. Now, I was on a boat with a guy who was sight fishing up on Cumberland Reservoir. He had on Oakleys. My buddy Chris tells me the same exact story happened to him. He was North Carolina, one of the lakes in North Carolina, I don't remember where, and the guy had Costas on. And I'm telling you right now, we could see with this color, we could see the fish better than those two guys. Guys, I'm telling you, we build our arsenal in, you know, baits, tackle, rods, reels over time. I'm not telling you to go out right now and spend money and buy these 3 lenses that for me, they're my go-to. They're what I use constantly. I've tried other lenses. I've tried hundreds of pairs of sunglasses. I mean, hundreds of pairs of sunglasses. These are what I want to have on my boat. Generally 2 pairs of sunglasses every single day, because they will cover any sort of light condition that you're going to run into 90% of the time. Now, all that being said, again, know that sunglasses are expensive. So one of the things that I've tried to do over the past few years is I've looked at the expensive Costas, I've looked at the less expensive Vikings, you know, a bunch of Walmart brands, like I said, even gas stations. And so I've really been on a comparison run to try and find a manufacturer who I'm really, really happy with. And I'll have to say, where I've settled is actually SolarBat. And I'm going to tell you one reason. We'll get to that reason in just a little bit. But I am truly, truly impressed with this one lens color that no one else makes. And that's why, really, I settled with SolarBat sunglasses. They're this one color is amazing, especially for the lakes that I fish. So let's talk about lens color. For me, I always want to have on hand 3 colors of sunglass lens. So the first lens that I have to have, and it's probably one of my absolute favorites, and as we are coming up into spring and throughout the winter, those heavy cloud days, those low light conditions, whether it be first thing in the morning when I get out on the water, or whether it persists all day, my high-vis yellows, and this is in the cruise frame, by the way, just to let you know, this is the cruise frame. All 3 of these will be in the cruise frame. The high-vis yellow, to me, is a must-have. I mean, I have to have a high-vis yellow on my boat at all times. It is an absolute must-have, especially in the spring during low light conditions, during maybe some stained water, because this really makes everything in the water just pop. It is incredible how much more you can see in the water with these high-vis yellows. Now, they have a really good breakdown on their website when with how much light transmission. I want to say that the high-vis yellow is their highest light transmission. It allows more light through than any other color, but it really just enhances everything. These are polarized, of course, and so if you're sight fishing, even when the sun gets up, these can be, I mean, you can really see a lot more, but I want to say that these allow somewhere around the neighborhood of about 26% of light transmission through. Now, this next lens is the biggest reason why I decided that I'm going to start using Solar Bat sunglasses. And Solar Bat has a moss green back lens. This is proprietary to them. Now, I fish, you guys can see a lot of water that has that green tint. As we get into the spring, as we get into the summer, the water has that sort of green color to it. I've had guys refer to it as the Tennessee River green, as they call it. And they're right. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have that same sort of color water as you get going. Well, this is actually, like I said, it's a Mossback green lens, and it is proprietary. No one else has this lens other than Solar Bat. And the first time I put this on, and I have tried roses, I've tried coppers from other companies, you know, a lot of different colors that are supposed to allow you to see into the water when you are, you know, higher sun. And as we get into sight fishing, heck guys, as we get into just bank fishing, as we're going down the bank, sometimes seeing that cover, seeing that grass line, seeing that line, that deep ditch in those lily pads where it drops off, being able to see into the water during the spring is an absolute have to. And if you're able to see farther into the water and you're able to actually have those bass pop, and let me tell you, these greens will make those bass stand out. That's the whole key to this green lens. They allow the cut down of that green water, and those bass just jump out at you. Those fish jump out at you when you see them. Now, like I said, the first pair of sunglasses that I tried, they had the gradient. So they had the Mossback down to the yellow, so you could look down through the bottom of the lens. And that's something else I've never seen another company do. So you can actually get the best of both worlds out of one lens. So you can actually look straight forward and you get the green, so for the high sun, and you can look down and you can get the yellow so that you can really sight fish. Just keep your head high and look through the bottom of the lens. Guys, it was impressive what they do. And if you ever go, just go subscribe to them on Facebook. Listen to the owner talk about his lenses. I can't do justice to what he talks about and what he describes. But this Mossback color, I'm telling you guys, During high sun, and I don't remember the transmission on this, I think it's somewhere around that 14, 16 range, but this color right here is the reason why I wanted to use solar bats. So it's really imperative, guys, to, just like when you change your lure color based on water conditions or light conditions, guys, it's absolutely imperative. And if I didn't have any other pair of sunglasses, if I was going to pick two, it'd be these two. These would be the two colors that I kept, and they are the two colors that I primarily keep on my boat every single time I'm on the water. That being said, once I get into ledge fishing, once I get out there in the open water, the bigger water, I'm not really as concerned with being able to see down in the depths. So what I do is I go with a gray lens. Guys, there's only one time that a gray lens is the right lens. If you are only wearing a gray lens, you are missing the bigger picture. This is the Blue Ice Mirror Blue gray lens. The gray lens really is just to protect your eyes from UV rays. Yeah, you're going to see in the water a little better, but it's going to be nothing like these other two. This color, if you're just wearing a gray lens, you're doing it wrong. I promise. You're missing so much that can key you in on what fish are doing. You're missing so much by maybe missing followers back to your bait. During the summertime, when I'm on big water and the sun is high and the reflection from the water is there, I'm not really having to see too deep into the water. This is what I'm using. This is what I'm using. So I go to my mirror. It cuts down a ton of light. It's going to protect my eyes. And trust me, I've been out on the water and forgotten all my sunglasses before. And by the time I get back, I don't know if any of you guys have welded and had your eyes burnt from welding. I have literally spent 14 hours on the water with no sunglasses, fishing deep with all the reflection from the water. And I'm telling you, you can burn your eyes by doing that. And that's when I go. That is the only time I go to, a true mirror and, a gray lens. That's it. Again, I'm not an affiliate. I'm not making any money off those links. But guys, go check these out. And if you want to just buy one pair just to test, and that's what I did with my buddy Chris, is I bought that, Mossback to that high-vis yellow gradient. And they've actually got the inverse gradient too, so it'll go from one to the other. I mean, again, go subscribe to their Facebook channel, Solar Bat. Go check out their owner. When he talks about the lenses, he'll do it much more justice. And as we go, I will actually show you. So make sure as we get into fishing this year, make sure you're watching, because I'll actually show you what these glasses look like out on the water. But guys, it is time for you guys to start thinking, because never is there a better time. Hey, you're going to be fishing shallow. You're going to be in shallow water. You need to be able to see the hazards. You don't want to run into a stump or a log, throw yourself off the boat. And you want to be able to see what the bass are doing. Guys, there is never a more important time than spring to upgrade your sunglass arsenal. Go check them out. That type right there, they retail, and again, these are the Crews, but they've got every style you can imagine. All right, guys, as always, tell me about your sunglasses, what you use, what you found works best for you, and tell me if you've ever had any experience with the Solar Bat, Mossback, or high-vis in these lenses. And if you've got any questions about them, be sure to leave those questions and comments in the comments section below. You guys know I love talking about fishing, and that includes fishing sunglasses, because I am really picky about my sunglasses. I mean, I am really, really picky about my sunglasses. Because a bad lens can hurt your eye as well as help you see over time. So you've got to be really careful about those sunglasses that you are putting on your eyes. But anyway, I love to talk about fishing, even if it's sunglasses, lenses. Guys, like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, you guys rock.